This is your armed forces today. Guarding our nation's peace, securing our safety, providing assistance and support, defending the country's territory. Aside from performing their multifarious role in maintaining peace in our land and achieving progress for all, the AFP never stops implementing various campaign plans to contain and neutralize insurgent groups. Neither does it put aside its continuous improvement as well as that of its individual soldiers. Rather, it constantly introduces new approaches to fight insurgency, provide development programs for the soldiers, and encourage rebels to return to the fold of the law. The Lambat Bitag successfully applied military forces and civil military operations in addressing the insurgent elements and root causes of insurgency when it was implemented in 1988, the peak of the local communist insurgency. In 1994, while concentrating on the insurgency problems, the armed forces at the same time involved themselves in developmental activities, and it paved the way for the adoption of Unlad Bayan, which redirected the AFP's focus on nation building. The Unlad Bayan was followed by Pagkalinga, which provided the AFP an opportunity to embark on a more comprehensive involvement in internal security operations, or ISO. Now, on the centennial year of our independence, the Armed Forces of the Philippines launches yet another valuable effort that aims to support the visions of Philippines 2000. The Kaisaganaan.
In our relentless quest for sustainable peace and development, LOI Kaisaganaan serves as the cornerstone upon which a proactive and dynamic system for sustaining our gains through a well-focused and integrated program shall be implemented. Through this comprehensive campaign plan, the AFP aims to truly live by its noble calling as being courageous in combat, vigilant in peace, and a reliable partner in progress.
No less than the Commander-in-Chief himself believes in the capabilities that the AFP can contribute to the government's quest for a much improved way of life for every Filipino.
The mission of the military has become more relevant and more urgent with each passing year. Beyond the perennial challenge of ensuring national security, we have come to look to the AFP as a force for building political stability, economic development, and social progress. The intrinsic nature of the AFP as guardian and protector of the state remains, but the dimensions and terms of reference of this have metamorphosed into another realm, one that recognizes and uses the versatility of the soldier in economic development, in community work, and in nation building.
The broad objectives of the letter of instruction Kaisaganaan is to provide a climate of peace and stability conducive to national development, to contribute to the social reform agenda of the government, to support the AFP modernization program,
operations. Kaisaganaan is clear on its focus on the 5 most essential fields of concern.
Kaisaganaan is the brainchild of General Asidera, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, after thoroughly analyzing the internal and external factors affecting the armed forces.
LOI 1497, better known as LOI Kaisaganaan, is the AFP's campaign plan in addressing concerns on national security, peace efforts, national development, AFP modernization, and international commitments on defense and security cooperation. It is intended to accelerate the attainment of goals and objectives of Philippines 2000. It defines the AFP's objectives, provides guidelines and concepts, and identifies activities to be undertaken.
Development activities will focus on the concerns of internal security operations, those for the community in support of other government agencies, non-government organizations, and people's organizations. To boost the morale of our soldiers, Kaisaganaan shall likewise address the need of our AFP personnel and their dependents, reservists, and retirees.
The AFP modernization program is a phased development of a credible defense force over a period of 15 years. This program is based on the strategic environment, mandated transfer of internal security operations to the Philippine National Police, implementation of the AFP medium-term development plan, roles and capabilities of the armed forces to meet the challenges of national security at the turn of the century. This program will primarily address the defense requirements for capability development of the armed forces through its 5 component programs, namely force restructuring and organizational development, materials and technology development, bases development, human resource development, and doctrines development. These component programs are integrated through the various projects which are all contained in the AFP modernization program.
Kaisaganaan is the armed forces of the Philippines' approach in helping the government attain the goals and objectives of Philippines 2000.
The priority projects of the Air Force modernization program directly relates to the vision of Kaisaganaan. To meet our air defense requirements, we will require long-range radars, multi-role fighter planes, and long-range patrol aircraft. With this equipment, we will be able to cover and secure the entire territory of the Philippines. We will also be able to patrol the exclusive economic zone and preserve for future generations our resources from piracy, smuggling, poaching, and other illegal activities. We will be giving a big contribution to economic development. It will be in aerospace where you will find the flagship industry of the future.
Kaisaganaan is a challenge to the Philippine Navy, to which the command has responded with even more relevant activities and aggressive action plans and programs. Aside from the traditional role in patrol and combat operations, search and rescue, and maritime law enforcement, the Philippine Navy has been relied upon more than ever to undertake disaster operations, marine environmental protection and conservation. Your Navy is committed to Kaisaganaan for everything it stands for.
The armed forces shall contribute to peacekeeping and humanitarian mission of regional and international organizations, which includes capability enhancement to meet commitments to the United Nations peacekeeping operations and humanitarian efforts, commitments to existing defense and security arrangement or agreements, and defense cooperation with other nations and/or international or regional organizations, such as the MDT and border arrangement with Indonesia and Malaysia. Continued supports to foreign developmental diplomacy through the DAFA system, and protection of exclusive economic zone in consonance with the United Nations Conference on Laws of the Sea and Kalayaan Island Group Code of Conduct. The AFP might be faced with challenges and conflict in the implementation of Kaisaganaan. But as the command leaders have involved themselves and recognized their roles, there is no way that the visions of Kaisaganaan will not become a reality. Kaisaganaan is specifically founded to benefit the armed forces and its personnel, the whole Filipino populace, and our motherland. The visions of Kaisaganaan, which complements the expectations in the year 2000, will contribute in making the Philippines a nation of well-respected people, with a populace satisfied and assured of general feeling of well-being. Kaisaganaan is also viewed to improve the performance of the individual soldier, to mold him into a servant of the nation and people who is God-fearing, nation-loving, caring for the environment, and showing concern for the welfare of others. Hard work is one guiding principle that the implementers of Kaisaganaan will live by, with words of the President as inspiration.
The lesson to us is clear. Without hard work, there are no miracles. We must perform as we pray, and pray as we perform.
Through Kaisaganaan, the Filipino soldiers of tomorrow will emerge as renewed, high-spirited, and valiant as ever, still guarding our nation's peace, securing our safety, providing assistance and support, and defending our nation's territory, but performing with more zeal and hard work, more focused towards maintaining peace and achieving progress.
Kaisaganaan represents a quantum leap in our effort to adapt a fast-changing national security environment. We must all view Kaisaganaan for what it truly symbolizes, a commitment to our people. Its launching today binds our armed forces to that commitment. And all of you officers here, and all of you enlisted personnel here, must know in your hearts, deep in your hearts, that when you launch something like this, you're making a commitment that you must continue to perform.